man. The week was stressful, the weekend was stressful, but it's time to rejoice because it's Monday. It's 6 p.m. Central Time, and that can only mean one thing. Chase Shep's Mellow Mondays. Available on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and ChaseandShep.com, baby boy. Hey, what's up, man? I love it.
Nice little intro you made for us there.
Nice little intro. It had me giggling the whole time I was listening to it over here. Because it's so slowed down. It's like, that's not how it sounds, but oh well, we're rolling with it.
Awesome. Well, we've been gone for a month now, taking a little time out, taking a little break, and we're back at it again. And today we have not one, not two, but 3 guests joining us, which is the first time. I actually technically think that Dave and Alex are the first time we had multiple guests on the show, but this is the first time we have 3 guests on the show at the same time. So, everybody, welcome Alphasuus, Twisted Cherry, and ThatNiendisGirl.
Hello. Hello.
Welcome to the show.
You've seen them in the comments. Now they're on the show. Or you've seen their names pop up on the screen before, and now we're on here. So how's it going, everybody? How are we all doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, doing well.
Fantastic. Yeah, we've been really excited about this. I know we had to postpone for a week, and so we've just been building the anticipation for this. We were telling Alpha earlier that Shep and I both checked out the podcast that you all do, and we really enjoyed it. It was very insightful. And there's Lupa.
Hey, Lupa.
Cool. Yeah, I feel like anytime I hop on Twitch, I feel like I always miss Cherry's streams, like just by that much. I catch Alpha sometimes, but ThatNiendisGirl and Lupa, you two are always on there anytime I get on there. But yeah, so it's actually funny because the on our last Mental Health Monday episode, when you all rated us, right before we did that show that night, our guests that night, I had told them that we streamed to Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, and they did not know that we streamed to Twitch. And I said, yeah, I mean, I understand why you wouldn't know that. I said, honestly, nobody even watches us on Twitch. So we really don't pay too much attention to it. I said that moments before we got rated by you guys.
Oh, man.
It's amazing.
So when the Alpha raid happened, I had no idea what was going on. Especially because, again, like moments before that, we kept joking about how the FBI was going to come and raid us because we said something about sounding like we had a bomb going off or something. And we made the joke about being raided, and then we got raided. And we were like, what is happening right now?
Content, that's what's happening.
So honestly, it is thanks to you guys that we started focusing more on Twitch. Honestly, if it wasn't for that raid, we probably just would have kept just streaming to Twitch kind of passively.
We'd get people every now and then. Somebody would comment like, oh, hey guys, or something like that from Twitch. And we'd just be like, oh, hey, what's up? How's it going over there on Twitch? We forgot we were on Twitch. Like, cool. And I tried streaming games on Twitch. I think, Chase, I was just the other night popping into one where I had my microphone muted for like an entire hour. I'm streaming a game, and I didn't have no streamer, so he popped in and he's like, "Can't hear you there, bud," and stuff. It's like, oh shit, and that's still
we all do that all the time.
Yeah, and it's still up on my YouTube. It's fun to go watch it, and it's like, no, just go back to like the last 2 minutes, and you'll hear me just giggling and laughing and going, I guess that one's all muted. Fuck it. It's like, it is what it is. It's streaming is a hard thing to get into and do. I know me and him were very awkward when we first started doing this. Terribly.
I'm still awkward. So
I'm still pretty awkward, but my first few streams were, oh my god, cringe house. Like they were so bad.
Go ahead.
I still like watching even though they're awkward as hell, I still like watching the first things we ever did because it's funny.
Yeah.
Looking now on it where it's like, nah, now I'll just start talking and not shut up at times. And at first I would not say, especially when we had guests on and whatnot, I just wouldn't say a fucking like 60 minutes. I was just dead silent. Like, this is cool.
My mother would always be like, you need to tell Shep to talk. Like he never says anything on the show.
Oh man.
And our first episodes were like, they weren't even streamed. I mean, they were recorded on a video camera with us sitting in recliners reviewing Christmas-themed horror movies, and that's how we started.
That's pretty awesome.
Since then, it's obviously grown into many different things. But so, when did everybody start streaming?
What did we start streaming, or why? When?
Okay. And yeah, sure. Why? What got you into it?
Alpha, do you want to go first? Or
I think she's muted.
Alpha, you're muted.
20 months ago, I started streaming.
That happens a lot.
Basically,
it still happens.
I'm disabled, so for me, this is my my social contacts, basically.
No, yeah. Word. All right, I'm with that.
Yeah, and it's awesome. I never look back.
Hard with the ironic part for you.
Hey, we were just talking about that. So how appropriate, right?
Yeah.
At least we didn't get an hour into it before we figured it out.
Right.
Exactly.
Definitely. For me, I actually started like days. Like me and Alpha started streaming like days apart from each other. Which is crazy because like we streamed like almost like a whole like half a year before we even realized we existed in each other's world. But for me, it was more because COVID was starting, and so like I took a break from work, and I was bored. I was like, oh, I guess I'll stream my art, which I never do. I play horror games instead. But yeah, for me, it was just boredom from COVID because all my friends are mainly online anyways. So.
Word.
And I have a pretty lame story. I started gaming because I was in a long distance relationship with a gamer, and when that ended, I was kind of like I at that point I enjoyed gaming, but like it just kind of, there was a bit of bitterness towards it. So I considered selling my setup and selling my PC and all of it and giving up on the friendships that I had made gaming. And the other option was turn it into something that was about me. So here we go.
That's not a lame story at all.
That's not lame at all. Yeah, I was just like, oh.
And I think you're all over the place too. I know Alpha said she was from the Netherlands. And what about you two?
So I'm Italian, but I live in Canada now. I've been living for 10 years.
Nice.
And I'm in America, so.
Yeah. America, cool.
Yeah.
I know that was one thing we were so shocked by when we got rated, and everybody was just from all over the place, and we were just like, wow, like this is the most people who's ever watched us at once. It's all coming from Twitch. They're all over the place. That was such a huge night for us. I feel like I just kept talking about it. But yeah, I mean, it definitely changed some things over here on our end for the show.
Sweet.
And now I pretty regularly, hop on just about every day. And, if I see any of you guys on, I'll usually jump in and say hello and whatnot. I think everybody's starting to wise up that it's not you and I, Shep. It's just me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like, wait, I need to figure out Twitch on my end too, because I don't know nothing. I can stream from my PlayStation. That's about as far as I've gotten.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well, is like, I watch you guys do what you do, and I there's just so much I don't know about Twitch. it took me forever just to figure out how to host your channels on our channel. And then it took me forever just to figure out how to send a message to you guys. So
Oh Lord.
there we
Chase
go.
Shep 2 account for Shep.
Just a Shep 2 account, yeah.
Step 2. Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, nice.
Like, I started on a potato computer, and like I was very limited to what I could stream, and I didn't know what I was doing either. And so like, there's lots of communities out there that like are definitely like very like welcoming and like very full of information out there, which is nice. I haven't really met too many like rude people on Twitch, honestly. Like, obviously, are you gonna mesh with everybody? Absolutely not. But really, like, everyone's like very, very forthcoming and like helping you out, especially when they know you're like a baby streamer. They want to succeed a lot. And then like usually once you get affiliated and you're going, usually they're like, okay, now you're taking training wheels off, you're on your own, but we'll still be there to cheer you on, But
I definitely think that's one thing I'm so impressed by with Twitch, or even I would even say surprised by, because there's just so many communities on the internet that are just hateful or rude, or just so mean, I guess, and I very rarely see this on Twitch. I mean, especially in everybody here, all of your streams are all so just wholesome communities. And I love that. I love the encouragement. I love the building everybody up. And I just feel like that's such a rare thing to find on the internet. And I feel like that also drew me more to Twitch as well. Was just like, this seems like a community worth our time. Rather than sometimes on YouTube, we don't get it often, but people can be a little vicious for no reason.
I think the horror community is especially really supportive and wholesome, to be honest. Like, I know there are toxic communities on Twitch. I'm looking at like FPS kind of communities, especially. The horror community is generally very tight. Like, I keep seeing the same people in everyone's streams. Everyone is very supportive, very encouraging, always available to help. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I could definitely get with that, because like just recently, like 3 days ago, like a new like horror like community Discord popped up, and like I was like the first of like 20 people, and now there's like over 100, and I see like thousands of names in there. That's like, oh, I know them. Oh, I know them. Oh, I know them. Like, from all, it's crazy.
Yeah,
but
I think at some point I set up a Discord server for me and you, Chase, way back when we first started, and I've never peeped it since.
I had to make a new one because I didn't know how to log into it. I had to make a new one.
I mean, it's definitely a tool I would recommend you guys. Especially like with how far you've come. You can definitely. It can be a little slow going. Like my own Discord community is a little new, and like it chugs, but once you like are in there active constantly, and like your fan base is constantly in there, it's like another way for them to connect with you, like outside of like just your podcast.
And it's a great way to do like community days and things like that, community nights.
Yeah.
So I guess like, what exactly is Discord in all of this? Like, is it just kind of a place for people to chat, or is it more than that? Or
I think it's more than that. It's
like a home base. It's like a community home base.
A way to express. It's a way to communicate. It's a lot. Yeah, share information.
So kind of in a way, the Discord has taken over like websites. Yeah.
I mean, like once you start getting in there, and like the great thing is that like you get like this base of the program. And then you can start, bringing in bots that other people have made that are pretty awesome. If you're good at coding, you can code your own bots in. I know nothing about that. I rather just use what other people make. So thank you, coders. But there's all sorts of things you can add in there. Like, it's definitely more chat room based, but you can also like get in there and have like, kind of like how we're sitting in here in a chat room right now. You can do that in Discord. Some people do movie nights. You can share games with each other.
We do karaoke.
Karaoke. And you can literally just streamline it to whatever you want. Like right now, if you hop in each one of our Discords, they're completely different from each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they can definitely offer a lot. And it's really just whatever you make it out to be. But the most important thing is, like, if you're going to have one as a content creator, no matter what your content is, you got to be active. So
and it really takes a long time to actually get engagement from community members. You just have to be like on the ball and always try to initiate things first, I think, and then you reach a point where people will start writing and posting kind of on their own. But it took months for me to see like actually people actively going in there, posting a picture of something that they've made or cooked or whatever. It takes a long time for people to be like, oh yeah, like first thing, I'm cooking this awesome dish I want to share with my friends in that community. It takes some building up.
Yeah.
I definitely think that would be something cool to add to our website for sure. As we build things up, it would be cool to just have a place for fan base to hang out at. I like that.
I know you wanted to do.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I know Chase has wanted to do the movie nights beforehand, but YouTube would be like, nah, right away.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, Twitch would be kind of the same way. Obviously, like, we have to all abide by those pesky, DMCA rules that we all wish would just, go away. But, it's definitely in Discord. That's a great place to, like, have movie nights. I've joined a few movie nights and it's just great to just kind of sit there and, like, hang out, watch a movie, and just, chat alongside the movie. Like, you don't have to, like, voice chat, but they have it now set up where, like, you can have, like, a special chat just for that, VC that you're in, and you can just chat live as the movie's going. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm definitely one of those people that, like, I want to chat about this movie we're watching. So
yeah.
You can also stream, like, the Amazon movie thing. On Twitch. That is allowed because it's the same company.
Oh, okay. Word.
So
I always
that's always an option.
So we could have done a boys watch along, is what you're saying this whole time.
I
forget you can do that. Yeah,
that's an Amazon show.
Because I knew Amazon did something like that, and I think Disney Plus has a feature similar as well, where you can watch along. But I think theirs might be a little different than Amazon.
Yeah, I know Twitch and Amazon are like the same company, and they allow you streaming from that. So
it was good to know.
Yeah, you're welcome.
See, we're learning so much already, and that was the whole idea tonight.
It's a big world.
Like I said, with Twitch, I'm still learning so much stuff. I know I've been gifted subs to a couple of you, and it's like I don't know what to do with it. Like I don't know what that unlock. Like I see that it unlocks other things, like the emotes and all this other stuff, and I'll see people just in the chat some of the things that they'll post, and I'm like, this is all something, and I don't know what any of it is. I feel like such an old man, like trying to figure out how it all works.
It's pretty easy. A sub makes for you to not see ads, so you can watch ad free. You have like all the emotes that the streamer has. You have that to use in other streams too. Yeah. So there she goes. You
get cool little badges next to your name.
Yeah,
some people are like badge collectors. Like they want some badges.
That's what I want, the badge, and I hate founders badges. I really like the custom badges.
Yeah.
So
and a lot of people, to like circle it back to Discord, they'll have special perks within their Discord community just for subs. Like usually the most popular one is you have like a sub only zone where like they get like, like backstage kind of information, or get to be like, some streamers will be like, okay, I'm only playing games with my subs today, but not everybody else. So like there's lots of things you can do with it with subs depending on whose channel you're sub to. So
it's very meta here, Kevin, your comment. And you on the show. I'm actually still like trying to wrap my mind around the fact that all of you are on our show for once, and I'm not just watching all of you guys. I love that everybody's just sending in the examples of.
I mean, to be honest, some of us like you'll have somebody come to your channel and you're like, you'll stop stream for a moment because you need to talk about that emote they just used. And then sometimes you immediately go to that other streamer's page and you're like, okay, I'm subbing just so you have the emote. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes people will sub just for emotes. I've definitely been guilty of it. So
I've been one of the ones subbing for the sub badge. And definitely.
Yeah.
I know what none of this means. It's fun. Like, I don't know. I mean, I know it. I get with the emotes. I get it, but like, cause see, like when the raid happened, I understood what was happening because I watch some wrestling guys on Twitch, and they'll do the same thing at the end of theirs. They'll always raid another streamer's thing, and find somebody that's got like 20 or something streamers, and next thing they know they'll have like 1,000 or 2,000 people, and they're like, oh my god, I don't know what's going on. So it's fun. I can see the joy in doing that, so I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gifting people subs and that stuff, and getting the different tiers of being able to like the ones I've seen, if you pay or something to be a part of their club, now you're in another chat all up above them, or I don't know, it's weird, it's wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny you say that too, because like I kind of think the same way of YouTube, because like I'm very new to the YouTube scene. Like I know I need it to like help me grow, but like sometimes I sit there and like I'll do a live stream, and then I sit there at the end like, this is awkward because I can't raid. Like, what do I just end stream? This is really weird.
Yeah.
Like, and then obviously YouTube does subs too, but theirs is different. People just kind of like pledge money to you and get, I still don't understand the YouTube stuff. Like, it's definitely kind of weird because that's where you guys come from. So
I feel like I do, and it's only because I watched and have been like using YouTube since it came out.
Right.
It's something. So like I've got to see people do, and we wanted to do like shorts and movies and all kinds of wild stuff. So YouTube was just that platform that we first were like, let's get up on this.
Yeah, definitely. Like, especially because I think we're all like close to the same age here, relatively, obviously. And no, I'm not being ageist kill. I know you're in chat. I'm just
definitely ageist.
She's
first one who brings it up.
I just say that because like a lot of us were like there at the early days of YouTube. Like I remember when like I heard about YouTube and I was like, okay, what is this? And it's like, oh, you just share funny videos. And I'm like, that is so dumb. And like I never used it. And then like after high school and stuff like that, I started to really like take in a lot of YouTube. Like I still watch like people that I watched in high school. Like I know the age, I know, but it's just strange. Even though I like watch people on YouTube, I have never been like, okay, I'm gonna be a YouTuber.
I have to say, hearing you say that you started watching it after high school makes me feel old in and of itself.
Yeah,
because I don't think out of high school YouTube was there for me. How long has YouTube been a thing?
I think 2008, right?
Yeah,
I think it was even earlier than that, because I remember getting on it in like 2006, 2007.
Yeah, it was definitely birthed when I was in
very early days, like Chocolate Rain, like days, Lightsaber Guy, all the classics.
With Salad Fingers, was Salad Fingers in there too?
Charlie the Unicorn,
like
the Magic Mountain, definitely, because I remember for sure, like it had to have been before a little bit before 2008, but it was definitely
might be correct. I think 2005 might be right.
Yeah,
Valentine's Day of 2005. Yes.
There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah. Wow.
I didn't.
See, we got our YouTube expert in here. Lupa's streams are the ones I see the most, because sometimes sometimes I'm concerned about Lupa. I'm like, go to bed.
I know. I'll like be going to work and like, oh, Lupa's streaming, but I'm still streaming. I can't really do anything. And I'll get home and I'm like, wait a minute, like, what is she doing?
But her, I've caught a few of her study streams, and I found myself I was just sucked into one day, and I was just like, what is this? What, like, does everybody study something together? And I found myself studying the study stream, and I was just like, what is this? And it was very interesting. I definitely love to be concerned about me. I can't help it. It's who I am. But,
it's definitely very interesting, the studying stream, because like at first you're like, do we just sit here and like watch each other? Like, what do we?
Sometimes I'll come in during one of the study blocks, and I want to say hi, and then I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. because it's like
Right,
quiet.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Those are
it definitely. I
No,
told
go
her. I think yesterday I caught one of her streams, and I told her that I was kind of inspired to try something out myself. Like now that I see like this is something that people are very much interested in. They like
Yeah.
having this place to be able to spend time more or less with another person and just kind of have that company. And like I like to paint vinyls and stuff, and I thought about getting more into that. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I can just do little chilling with
Definitely.
Chase streams where I just stream for hours as I paint.
Yeah, put
And
on some tunes and just go
definitely.
painting.
The rare occasions that I do my art streams that I swore that's what I was going to stream on Twitch. That's basically what I do. Like I'll sit there, like I'll put some like lo-fi up or something, and then I just sit there and like do my thing, and people show up, and like usually that's when you get a lot more lurkers because obviously they're probably doing the same thing, working on their own art and stuff. But it's definitely a little different from the whole like being very interactive, putting on content while you're gaming or something.
I think it's. I mean, the reason why study streams work so well is when I was in high school and university, I studied a lot, and the best way to concentrate was to go to the library or somewhere with friends who also needed to study, and then just sit around the table. And like when everyone is concentrating on something, you just have to do it as well. It's kind of like peer pressure to study or concentrate or dedicate yourself to whatever you need to do, right? So that's why I really like Lupus study streams and study streams in general.
Yeah, I always really enjoy them. It's just a very, like I said earlier, very wholesome, kind vibes from a lot of these streams, and those are always just very nice, very chill, laid back. To go back to the YouTube stuff, yeah, when we first started, obviously we used YouTube as our platform. It's called mirroring each other. So that's a good point. I always I still say this to Shep that I have no desire to be a YouTuber. I have wanted to be a filmmaker since I was like 4 years old, and so this YouTube I always just saw as a platform of I don't have to wait around for somebody to produce my movies or pick up a TV show or anything like that. We did our Chase and Shep Summer Camp of Horrors. We made our own show, produced it, shot it, did all that last year. And we had a platform to put it out on without having to deal with, waiting around for something. We could just say, no, this is what we can do and put it on display. And so that's what our draw to YouTube was. And Chase and Shep has become this living, breathing thing. Sometimes we have no control over it. Like sometimes we think we've got a plan, and it just says "fuck you" and does its own thing altogether. Like it usually picks the course we go down.
Recognizable, yeah.
Yep.
We always have a plan before streaming, and then chat just takes you all over the place. I mean,
it's just wherever chat takes us.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I like about Twitch as well, is that when we started doing the Monday shows, when it, a Mental Health Monday is I think the longest standing thing that we've done. Like, because we started with the 25 Slays of Christmas and we switched over to the Chase and Shep show. Originally, we were going to do 5 shows a week, which was just crazy.
Insane.
And we dropped it down to 3, and one of those shows was Mental Health Monday, and that's the only remaining show that like has been going since then, because that was the show that got the most engagement. And I was actually very glad that the Twitch community did start to gravitate towards these Monday shows, because all we wanted was for people to engage in these shows. It got to a point where we'd been doing these shows for over a year, and we were kind of running out of things to talk about. It's like we can only talk about our own mental health issues so much. Because I deal with an anxiety disorder myself, and that's what kind of originated that idea. Was as I'm doing all this work on myself, I love to share that information with other people as well.
Yeah,
and
that's
so I
nice.
know I believe all of you kind of deal with mental health in one way or another.
Definitely,
well?
yeah. I have PTSD and a lot of anxieties too. Yeah, and I think we all have that, right?
Yeah.
And I have borderline personality disorder, which is a beast.
Yeah, definitely.
And that comes with anxiety and
She's doing very
tendency
well,
to
though.
depression.
Yeah, definitely for sure.
Yeah.
For me, it's
You guys are
more of a for depression and I guess a little bit of PTSD and anxiety from like certain things. Like now that like I reflect on a lot of things, but I still like I don't think it's like bad enough where I'm like, oh, I have it. But I think that's one thing that's great about Twitch with podcasting because like podcasts are great. Like, you know, it's nice to like sit there and hear people talk about a conversation you're interested in. But with Twitch or even YouTube, I think what's great is like now you can take podcasts to a newer level because now you get to bring in the people that are watching you and now they can also join. And like now you don't have to be like, okay, I need to talk for an hour about this subject. Like, you can have other people like, you know, bring in their stuff. You don't have to like sit there and read comments later and then, you know, type out your stuff. But
when we first started, it was I actually met somebody. It was our first guest on Mental Health Monday. Her name was Christine Mariello, and I found her on YouTube because the condition that I have, it's they're commonly referred to as pseudo seizures, but they're very real seizures, even though the name implies that they're fake. But it's a mental disorder rather than a neurological one. And every doctor I had gone to this started happening to me the week of Christmas 2015. And every doctor I went to just kind of shrugged their shoulders at me. They didn't know what it was like. And so I had to do a lot of work on my own. And anytime that I would look up the condition, I just find the most hopeless stuff. I mean, it would make me more depressed looking it up and trying to find like anything, any sort of information. And so many people who dealt with this were just like, I still have it, still have no answers. The doctors haven't helped me. And it definitely became very, I started to feel a little hopeless, you know, with things. And then I came across Christine's YouTube page. I decided one day just to randomly look up this condition on YouTube. And I found Christine, and here's somebody with the same exact thing as me talking about it in a way that made complete sense to me. And I think that was something that heavily inspired Mental Health Monday being formed in the first place. Was, you know, here I found somebody talking about something and it helped me just being able to hear somebody else talk about it. And I think just being able to relate with people and for all of us to just kind of get it out there and talk about it and make it okay, you know, like it's okay to not be okay. Like we're all here, we're all dealing with this stuff. And so we're always pro mental health. We always love to see people
no, definitely
taking it on.
No, for sure. I was in the same boat of being like, I don't really have like outside of the normal realms. When we started doing Mental Health Monday, it's like, I get depressed. I have anxiety for sure. But I don't feel like it's, you know, more so than other people. But even then, just being able to, like you said, over a year, just talking about life and looking at, you know, things differently and me and him just having conversations and then, you know, realizations within the conversation of like, oh, wow, you know, he'll make a point that I didn't think of. That's like, oh, wow, that's cool. And just like that overall improvement of a mental health that I already thought was like, it's already good. It's crazy just what spending a little time talking about it can do.
You
know? True. It really helps.
We've had plenty of weeks where like if we, you know, like we just took a month off and we had a few times where like even if we went like a week without doing the show, like by that next week we're like, oh my gosh, we gotta do this show for us. Like it became a thing for us.
Very therapeutic for sure.
Kind of a self-care moment.
Well, I do have the same thing with streaming. If I don't stream a couple of days, I feel like I have to stream. So I get it. Yeah.
I'm vibe with that.
I'm just trying to. I feel like I had so many questions like prior to going into this.
Should have wrote them down. No. I don't know what I was gonna say. I just lost my train of thought. So.
We all did at the same time.
That's what happens. I mean, it's just weird because, like, you know, obviously, you know, I do the podcast with the other two ladies here, and like sometimes I feel like I have to be like the wrangler because like they both have ADHD tendencies. So when they start feeding off of each other, I'm sitting there like, okay, how long do I need to go before I need to like keep it back in?
It's funny you say that because I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to wrangle you to it. So.
Yeah, it's so funny, but like,
I'm always patiently waiting until Cherry stops talking.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes, yeah, and then sometimes I'm sitting there like, okay, you need to shut up now and let other people talk. I really talk. So,
That's funny.
For sure.
She's an old lady. What can you do about it?
I know.
Yeah,
See?
true.
I like talking, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you do. And that's good in a talk show, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've done radio, and they said you don't want any dead space. You know,
Exactly.
when we did radio, you want to constantly either be talking or play something or go to something or.
Yeah.
So, and you know, I've done entertainment music wise. So it's like, I do have that natural kick when there's like, you know, a half a second of dead air. I'm like, I'm just going to start rambling right now.
That's what happens to me.
That's
Like,
amazing.
okay, yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's like, okay, there's a second here. Okay, so we're going to talk now. Like, yeah, for sure.
Honestly, that comes in handy so much because like I feel like that's when I know, like, if I'm running out of steam and I go silent, I know that it'll only be a moment before Shep will just pick it up and
pick it up unless you directly ask me to ask somebody a question. Then I'm like, oh, bud, I have nothing. I have nothing over here.
Yeah, me. Yeah.
Then it's crickets. Yeah.
And then we get some crickets, and it's like, okay, well, moving on. So. Now,
definitely relatable.
Yeah, it is, and it's like I said, it's not as bad now. It was probably a lot, like, you know, you get the hang of it with it, anything, you know, like that. When I first got on a stage, I stood there and very nervously like, hey, this is cool. Now I'm just like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm probably gonna.
I did that too in my 7th grade drama production of Hansel and Gretel. I just stood there, forgot all my lines and left. So last time I've done stage work. Last time.
I got to do some, I don't even know what the play was, but I got to do some cowboy play was my first one. And
yeehaw.
We was like some bandits, I guess it would be. We was like some crooks, some guys on the side, some of the henchmen. And I told the guys, there's like 2 other guys, I'm like, we're going to steal the show because they let us do a fight scene and stuff. And damn it, we did. We stole that whole show just in that one little scene we was in. I knew that I was like, I got to be on this stage.
Yeah. It was written for you.
It was. I don't know. I was always pushed towards it as a kid. I never wanted to. I remember at like some kid at a dance, like for their birthday party, rented out a community building, and they're like, "Oh, Aaron, you got to sing this Limp Bizkit song. Get on stage here and sing this Limp Bizkit song." I was like, "All right, I guess." You know, it's just like everybody. And all my friends got into hip hop music, so I was like, "Oh, I'll do some rap music with you guys." And now here, 20 years later, I'm one of the only ones still doing the fucking hip hop music. They all stopped, and I was like, "Great, that's great, guys."
Who knew a star was born when you played that bandit as well?
Who knew? That was your moment.
You are acting all the time too.
I do, and I always tell Chase, I'm like, "Can we do a Wild West? Can we do some?"
Is that where this comes from? Okay.
I like it. I like I like to mimic my own life and the stuff we do. That's why I decided to play myself. And everybody was like, "Well, you can't act. You're just playing yourself." And I'm like,
"That's the point."
Or am I?
No. Exactly. We have the joy of playing versions of ourselves. You know, Marvel doesn't get to have all the fun with the multiverse. We we have our whole Chase and Shep multiverse being created, and I think we've only played 2 versions of ourselves so far. But there's so many more like down the line that we're so excited to start doing for people to see all expand and everything. And I think as far as like growing a YouTube channel goes, like, I mean, it's definitely been difficult. It's taken some time, especially because I'm not a social media person. Like I don't have any social media other than Snapchat.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
And even Snapchat, I got like 10 people on it, and so everybody loves to tell you that you can't do entertainment if you don't have a social media account, and it's just not true. I mean, we've got a Facebook page, and we'll use that for I mean, it's not. I just use my girlfriend's login basically to get on and check our page.
Amazing.
But prior to that, I didn't even have access to it. Shep ran the Facebook because I don't remember who I said it to earlier that we run different accounts.
We do.
Yeah.
You never know who you're gonna get, but it's one of us.
You usually know who you're gonna get, depending on which site you're on. You know who you're gonna get.
I feel like honestly though, if anybody watched our channel within a message from either one, you will know who's talking to you.
You'll start to get the
mannerisms.
We talk
absolutely
totally separate ways.
Yeah, if you look at Facebook posts, you know exactly who posted it. You know who.
I think it's always you on Twitch, right? Like whenever you pop in our channels, it's always you. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. You can, Tyler. you can tell who it is.
Yeah.
There you go. See, he knows.
For sure.
He knows.
Although sometimes I like to blur the lines a little bit because sometimes I can talk a little bit like you, and I'll make a post that I just like to keep people in the dark. You know, they might think it was you, but hiding behind the guise of Shep.
Yeah.
I will start making proper posts and one up you, my guy.
Then people will be real confused.
Yeah, I'll be like,
wow, this
hi.
is real professional. Yeah, Chase must have posted this.
I do. Like I said, I had my own Twitch, but because being a musician and stuff, I was like, there's got to be a way to utilize Twitch.
Definitely.
Somehow.
I have done nothing but see musicians on my front page right now being highlighted. So you're definitely missing out right now. Like there's some guy right now doing bluegrass music for me. If I go to the main page that I rarely look at, like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I do, Tyler. Just to be clear, like sometimes I know Radass is the quickest way to make people think it's Shep.
I'm gonna go on there tomorrow and you're gonna be like, yo, it's Shep, what's up? And I'll be like, yo, I did not post this. I will comment and call you.
I'm just gonna steal your identity.
Luckily, when I look at it, it'll say who posted. And I'll say, Belle, you done messed up, Belle. But yeah, I don't know. Like Twitch, like I said, I knew I haven't figured it out yet. And like I said, I try to do some because I was like, I wanted to do OG gaming, like Sega stuff.
Like retro stuff.
Yeah, that's what I grew up on. So I'm like, I know there was a stream I tried to do where I was like, I want to play the first game I ever beat, which was a Game Boy game. But my setup just was not good enough for it. And I was like, I'll get back around to it. And then we started doing a bunch of stuff. So
I think we've attempted a few game streams on this channel. We did Until Dawn once. So we were like half-ass playing Until Dawn. And mostly just talking to one another and then stopping every once in a while to make the choices. But that was like one of our most popular episodes. Like we got a lot of engagement on that. It's like, okay,
people love that.
I think if you play a game that is like chill enough or that you know well enough that you don't have to wander around too much to figure out how to play, I think it could be okay. Like it could be easy and well, I think it would be well received to do like a podcast episode while you guys just game and there's a game on the background.
Yeah, I definitely. I know we were talking earlier. People have used the PlayStation to do it, but I don't know if it really matters. But like, I don't have a camera to stream at the same time, so it would be audio only. But it's definitely something I'm interested in. I've been playing the multiverses that just came out, and I was like, this would be fun to stream. I think.
I mean, there's days where I won't even use a camera. So camera's definitely like I know there's a lot of pressure out there. Like people like they want to see your face, and it's like. I'm in my PJs. I got a face mask on. You ain't seen my face today. Like, but I'm still gonna play a game for you. Like,
I'd hop on a stream.
Love to see that.
Hey, what up?
But and then sometimes like I honestly don't want to stream, like not stream, but like have a face cam on because that day I'm like really snacky and I don't want you to constantly see me like shoving food in my mouth, But yeah, you don't have to like.
That would be my problem. That would be my problem.
Yeah, I'm
That's why-
definitely an avid snacker at the computer, unfortunately.
Well, and that's why I never did the headsets and stuff playing online, because then it's like, oh, you're just gonna hear me like eating chips or something the whole time. Like, damn, dude, that's right in my ear. I'm like, sorry.
The people I hang out with in Discord, they're used to the ice crunching because I eat a lot of ice.
Oh, okay.
So that's common.
I feel like I would have to be picky about the games that I stream, because I know myself as a gamer, and I feel like I would not be that interesting to watch. Like, because I love games like Assassin's Creed or like Spider-Man. There, it's like an open world. You got your tasks and everything. But it's like I am such a like I have to collect everything. I will check every nook and cranny of a video game.
That's lovely. I personally like that.
You will have people out there that are like interested in watching people. They're like either like the trophy hunters or the
completionists. Yeah,
like they want to see you like get those goals for sure. Like there's definitely a community out there no matter what you do.
Yeah,
it's
there's
in
a
the
niche
title
for everyone.
too. I mean,
are you about to click on the?
I am about to click it. Yes, we got a question over on YouTube.
Oh, I love Vampire the Masquerade.
Yeah,
and Call of Cthulhu too.
So I haven't played either of those games.
I've played the Masquerade as an RPG, but I've never played the video game. I used to play it tabletop, and I used to play it as an actual live RPG as well.
Nice.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I was young back then.
He's kind of speaking my language because like I've been an avid RPer since like forever, like whole like D&D nerd-esque thing. So like Vampire the Masquerade, like roleplay, like tabletop pen and paper, like Vampire the Masquerade video games, been there, done that, and then like Call of Cthulhu is the same way. Like I'm super attached to it. I actually enjoy DMing Call of Cthulhu because it's super fun. If you like the pen and paper type games. I haven't played too many like video games of the genre. They don't sound as appealing. I don't know what it is. They just kind of lose my appeal a little bit, but definitely up my alley though.
I've never been into the tabletop games myself personally. Not
I've
that I
wanted to. Nobody will play with them.
That's why. Not that I wouldn't.
You can play a cowboy though.
All my friends would have their thing. I do remember though, as a child, there was a game, a tabletop game that we had that I always thought was really cool because the cover had some like Arnold Schwarzenegger looking guy with a big old sword, and I was like, man, that looks metal as fuck, and there's like a dragon and stuff, and it looked like it was, you're in a dungeon and stuff, and they had all these little pieces. As a kid, I always thought that was like really dope, but again, all my friends that played it had their little clique that they're like, nah, we're not really at a part to like let somebody else join
and they never seem to be either.
There's always room for new people to play,
and that's where you use Discord too.
Yeah.
So Discord is a great way. If you have a community, somebody's gonna start a D&D session in my community soon. I think Jerry has a couple of them, right?
Yeah. I DM occasionally.
So
it's funny because I was in a rap group called Rogue Tendency, and their whole shtick was D&D, and everything was like, and they kept asking me, hey, think of a song idea and stuff. I'm like, I didn't play D&D.
I've never played. I'm faking it.
So I just think back, I'd be like, all right, like, like dragons or something, right? Like, let's make a song about that. But I have like my own set, like a Christmas, somebody gave us dice with our like logo with the little rogue guy with those little lantern and stuff. Awesome. So I've got dice and everything, and it's like I just ain't nobody that I know. My buddy commented, Tyler, earlier, and we just wrestling. That's all we do together. So unless there's, I'm sure there's a wrestling D&D type thing out there somewhere. I would guarantee.
Yeah. Well, I think it was the beginning of this year. Marvel dropped one. And I saw it like prior to it coming out, and I was like, see, I'm such a Marvel nerd that sounds extremely appealing to me. I've always wanted to try like a tabletop game like that, and then for Marvel to basically come out and make their own D&D, I was like, okay, I might be able to get some people to do this with me. So we'll see.
Nice.
I know there was a second part to his question. but maybe we can lead into that because he says, "What horror games do you guys play?" But also, are you guys interested in other games other than horror, or what was that draw to horror games for you guys?
Sometimes I'm a little like, I have to do something else. I've been playing horror for forever, and then I need to do something else, and then I go to like survival games or anything else. It doesn't matter. Basically, I just like games and I play everything basically. So yeah, I do play other stuff too.
For me, I mainly stream Phasmo because I know the game fairly well, and it allows me to interact better with people talking to me. I'm a relatively new gamer. As I explained, I only got into gaming like 2 years ago, so a lot of the time learning new games throws me in a panic.
Oh yeah.
Especially if I have to do it in front of people. I am okay with like learning a new game off stream and then maybe stream it, but I think just the level of confidence I have with Phas, it allows me to just pay very little attention to the game, and it shows because I die a lot, and just kind of concentrate on having conversations. But off stream, lately I've just been playing everything but Phas. And I think my favorite game is still World of Warcraft. So.
For me, I don't know. Horror's just always been a part of my life. Like I've loved it since I was like a tot. Like my go-to movies, I would pick a horror movie out instead of like the Disney princess movies. It just wasn't my thing. Can't relate to Disney kids whatsoever. But yeah, I just can't relate. Wasn't a Disney kid. So like even though I had the intention of streaming my art, I knew there would still be horror elements to it just because like I enjoy watching the movies, I enjoy reading the books, I enjoy reading the comics. And of course I played the games, and like the darker and more paranormal like the game is, I'm for sure gonna play it. But I definitely will play other things on my channel. Like just this past summer I played Ark for like 2 solid months. Because I'm also like a big dinosaur nerd. If you can give me like dinosaurs and a horror game together, that'd be perfect.
I actually think there's something coming out soon. I just saw a trailer for it on YouTube the other day, and it looked very intriguing because I basically want that same thing. I'm like, how do I get like a game that has dinosaurs that has this kind of like survival like element to it and everything?
I mean, I think a proper Jurassic Park game, like not like the one. I know there's one available, but it's more like resource management and like building your base and things like that.
Yeah.
But like an actual like
how the movie was.
Yes, that would be
dope. Honestly.
That would be grand. Like I would buy that in a heartbeat.
I would rebrand my channel immediately.
It was like years ago. I talked with somebody about what we thought would just be like the greatest Jurassic Park game, is if it was like partially like a roller coaster tycoon type of thing where you could build your own Jurassic Park, but the catch is you have to play it afterwards. So it's like once you've built it, you're thinking, oh yeah, we'll put dinosaurs here, and it's like, wait, what's happening? And then you get dropped into it and you have to survive your own park you just created.
I think that would be amazing.
That would be really cool, honestly. You should probably get some devs on it, and
the company that makes Saints Row is actually just down the street from me. Volition. Okay. Yeah, they're here in our hometown. So maybe we'll give them a call.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, because
we got a game for you.
I've got a game idea too, but I have no idea who to pitch it to. Like, because I definitely cannot code it. But
we'll get into video games eventually. We've got our hands in every other cookie jar: comics, movies, shows, music. So it's a matter of time. Let's make a Camp Chase and Shep platformer.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I would play it definitely.
There's something about horror though that I found out a long time ago when I first started getting involved with the film community here, that a lot of us writers have the same exact problem where we're like, man, all I've been doing is writing horror. I think I'm just gonna take a break. I'm gonna write something new, like a comedy or this, that, the other. And it might start like that, but it's gonna end up being a horror thing. Like it's just has a way of bringing you back every time. And it's such a fun genre. Like I'm going to see a horror movie right after this. I'm going to see Nope later tonight.
Ooh,
I want to
nice.
see it so bad.
But I hope it's good. I've heard good things. But yeah, horror, I mean, obviously a lot of what Shep and I do has been built around horror. Of course, we've kind of, I think when it comes to he and I, we are working on like more serious horror stuff. But we can't help ourselves with the comedy side of things with horror. I mean, it's just who
Comedy
we are.
horror is a
I mean, they kind of go hand in hand. Like you need your serious, like blood rushing horror, and then you need your your Evil Dead campy kind of funny moment horror too. Like they kind of definitely
go hand in hand. Yeah.
Plus, a little comedy in horror allows you to come up for air when the topic gets very heavy. So I think it's.
I agree. I remember when American Horror Story came out, and that first season I was watching it, and there wasn't a lot of humor, and that was the first time I realized like that's why humor is necessary in horror. Like it needs to alleviate the pressure sometimes. Like. I mean, granted, you have great things like Hereditary that does not alleviate any sort of pressure at any given moment. But it's still a very
director.
We actually. No, start. Go on. I was.
No, I had nothing to say.
Oh man.
Very similar to the Hereditary. Actually, we watched it last night in my Discord. Is The Dark and the Wicked. If you haven't seen it yet, it's heavy as heck.
Yeah,
super heavy,
I
but really well done and really well shot too.
That's pretty new, isn't it?
I don't know. It's on Prime and it's on Shudder, but you can get it through Prime.
I did just. It had been a while since I watched a horror movie because my girlfriend isn't into horror, and I'm working on it. She's going to see Nope tonight, so I mean that's a big step up.
Yeah,
so sometimes
my boyfriend's completely no against it. So
yeah. So whenever she's gone, that's when I got to get my horror movies in. Yeah. So I rewatched the new Candyman yesterday and really enjoyed it a lot more than I did the first time I watched it. Not quite very scary, but very well done, very well made movie. So what are I guess like your favorite games? It doesn't have to be horror. Like I guess like just top favorite games.
Yeah, it's World of Warcraft for me. Phasmophobia probably is up there still. There's definitely some horror movies I've really enjoyed. Some horror games that were not Phasmo that I really enjoyed, like Mortuary Assistant. It's actually the full game is coming out tomorrow, so I'm sure we're all really excited about that. And lately, I've been very much into DBD, and now recently V-Rising. So another kind of like, I don't know if it's considered an RPG. I wouldn't, maybe not, but like it's kind of like a crafting survival top-down Diablo kind of view, but with vampires.
Oh, cool. I got this.
Yeah.
For me, it's Phasmophobia, Satisfactory, and Minecraft.
Nice.
I really enjoy those. Yeah.
Minecraft is really dope. I've gotten lost hours on that game, just digging down in caves and doing my thing. And I'm like, oh man, it's like 4 a.m. I need to go to bed.
That's a time waster.
And it's
really
so relaxing.
It is. Yeah, the music they play and everything. Yeah, you're just getting it and going. It's like, oh man. So yeah, definitely. That's a really good, solid game.
Yeah. Definitely for me, like Minecraft will definitely be on that list for me, just because like I've been playing it for many, many years. Like since the very low versions of it, I can always go back to it. Definitely, Minecraft will always be there. I think there's just something kind of cool about it. I play a lot of personal games offline a lot, but like because you got to save some for yourself. You can't just share everything. I enjoy playing a lot of survival games, especially heavily modded. Like I want to take them like from I'm basically dying all the time base game to I'm gonna make it more extreme for myself and be angry all the time. But like I like to play things like that offline a lot. Those are always my go-to. I've been really into like playing like No Man's Sky, because I'm a huge space nerd too. I enjoy like I wish we could space travel right now. It'd be dope.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You can, but it's very expensive.
Bezos needs to lend just a little bit of money, and maybe I can. But
Maybe just
yeah. But yeah, definitely Minecraft and like No Man's Sky. A little bit of Stardew Valley. I don't know. There's just something chill about those games. So
yeah, I do enjoy Harvest Moon on the Switch. that is. I don't like pixels, like heavy pixels, give me a headache. So that's why I haven't been able to get into Valheim and Stardew Valley. But Harvest Moon is such a chill game. I love it.
Nice.
I have a hard time getting into games like Minecraft and just those like survival, like building things and stuff like that. Sometimes I can. Like I've definitely spent hours on Minecraft before. Like once I finally got into it, but for me, I love story-based games. I love getting lost in a good story. I think Uncharted and Spider-Man are like the only games that I've like played again and again and again after beating.
Uncharted
just because I
is a good
love
one.
the stories.
For me, that'd be Assassin's Creed.
Oh yes,
because I've definitely those discs were probably barely working after a while for how many times I would play it, but then I upgraded to PC life and Xbox started.
I really liked the ACO ones.
So
yeah, those original 3 Assassin's Creeds, I loved them so much, and then once they kind of started getting a little.
No, don't even. The fourth one was solid. Okay, when you're on the pirate
it was
ship,
not.
yes, it
Because
was.
the worst part of the third one was boats, and then they said, you know what we should do? Make a whole goddamn game about boats, and I hate it.
Yeah,
it's so good. If you played it, it's so good, man. You can make them sing little pirate songs.
I'm with Chase on this one. I didn't care about the boats.
I loved it.
I didn't care about the boats.
Edward is goat assassin now. I'm gonna say it. So I'm no.
Sink your boat. I'll sink your battleship. That's ridiculous. Lupa recommends Stray. I really want to play Stray.
Yeah, it's such a cute game.
That's on my queue right now. It's there. It's installed, but
I'm very excited to play it. Yeah,
I've heard a lot about Stray, but no, one of my favorite games growing up's always been Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Let's go.
Absolutely.
That's always been
I did that in real life.
Yeah. No, I skateboarded too, right? When those things, that's what got me into skateboarding was that big boom in the late 90s of skateboarding again.
Yeah.
And
man, I remember that hype. That was crazy.
Building ramps and everything. Yeah.
I really absolutely sucked at the Tony Hawk games.
See, I loved skateboarding games. I love skate culture and everything, but I am so uncoordinated. I'm like 6'3". I can't ride a skateboard. Like I am.
Sports related games to me are so foreign. Like I don't understand like people playing sports games. I don't know.
Yeah, skateboarding is the only thing. Like I can't get into like the Madden and basketball games and stuff like that.
Oh, I still to this day play Madden. I'll take anybody to Madden Nation if they want some smoke.
They're bringing out a new Tony Hawk game. Did you know
I'm
that?
with it. I did not. I'm with it though. I got the I think me and Chase both got the remasters when it came out and grinded for hours.
Yeah.
Well, I know we both downloaded Multiverses yesterday, and we have not got the chance to play with each other yet. But I'm really enjoying it, and I told him yesterday that I'm not a big Smash Brothers person, but for whatever reason, I'm really enjoying this game.
Yeah.
I think it's just the roster of characters.
I was debating, but if you say it's good, I'm gonna try it.
Just the fact that like I can be Bugs Bunny, or like just like you got so many other characters that I feel like everybody's like, I don't know. I feel like Smash Brothers can be very redundant. I just feel like Multiverses has enough differences in the characters and their abilities, and it really focuses on like team play as well.
Yeah.
I haven't done it much team play yet, but the fact that it's free to play blew my mind.
Yeah,
that it was a free game.
I was shocked by that too, because I was expecting like that $60 price tag.
Yeah. Warner Brothers was feeling generous, I guess.
Yeah.
But I know another game that's coming out that I heard was free to play that's also kind of blown my mind is Skate. They're doing a new Skate game, and Skate 3 is one of my all-time favorite video games.
Yeah.
The fact that the new one is going to be free to play again.
Is it a skateboarding game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was
I played
revolutionary.
it so much.
It
I
was,
believe it was on the Xbox. I played it so much.
I believe that's one of the original games, from Xbox that they keep like bringing up. Like then they're like, "Oh, here it is on 360. Here you can get it on Xbox One. I bet it's on the Series X right now." But that one changed the game with the joysticks to ollie and stuff. It was the most smoothest. I felt like I was actually
Definitely, yeah.
skateboarding.
Wasn't that the one where you had to take pictures too in between?
You could do a lot because you could do
I think
pictures.
So. I enjoyed that too.
You could do like the bail challenge where you try to jump off something and break
as many bones as possible.
Yeah. That was so cool.
I was like, I'd be good at this game in real life.
Yeah. Same.
It was.
I can't even stand on a skateboard without falling, so I don't even.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Like, give me like 1,000-pound animal between my legs like a horse, and I'm fine. And then put me on a skateboard, and I can't even stand. So I don't know.
I got a skateboard over COVID, and I just bought like one from Walmart, and I did not realize that there are like certain sizes for certain sized people. So I got one that was too small for me, and I literally was like, I never took it outside. I was too embarrassed to ever take it outside. So this little box you see behind me, I would just roll back and forth in my apartment trying to like teach myself how to ride it.
No, man.
Yeah, I think for taller people it's a lot harder to skate. I've tried it and I can't. Like, it's really hard. I have no balance. I think for tall people it's just harder to have good balance too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe
I
just
mean,
maybe it's just us. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's just me. I don't know.
mean, I tripped going upstairs, so it could just be me.
Yeah, I'm also very klutzy. Yeah, so like no coordination whatsoever.
Yeah.
I never broke nothing. Luckily.
It improves your coordination. So.
Neither have I. I've never broken anything. Just very sedentary.
Well, I have broken one bone. I broke my cheekbone once, and that's like right before I turned 16 and got a driver's license. I got hit in the face with a steel chair, but not as bad. I like I'm kind of in the country part here, so some guys was wanting to go mudding that I was with, and I was like, okay, and that's like going down a wet mud road, and like we hit this big water patch, and somebody was telling somebody like, hey, look at that. And I thought they were talking to me. I was in the back of this van that had no chairs, but like steel chairs in the back for whatever weird reason.
Oh yeah.
And when they hit the water, I just went flying across the back seat and smacked my face right on all these chairs. And you could just see the bone popping out. And I was like, oh man,
ouch,
that's not good. But there really ain't there's nothing really you can do for that. It's not like they can fix it. So
yeah.
It's like, okay, it's got back fine.
It's still there, hopefully.
Yeah.
So we're definitely starting to wind down here a little bit. So something we've done since rebranding the show Mellow Mondays is we like to take a mellow out moment. And we mellow out moments, it can just usually we just pick something that we feel like people need to mellow out on. Or so it could be anything. If you have a certain group of people or whatever that you'd like to just tell them to mellow out or something, or something that you feel like you can mellow out on or whatever.
Loaded.
So whoever would like to go first.
Ooh.
It's a hard one, bud. You sprung it on everybody.
It is. It is.
I don't even have a mellow out moment this week. The only mellow out thing.
What does mellow out really mean? That's philosophical. That's just to chill out. Just hey, calm down.
Calm down, be chill.
It ain't all that serious. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have one this week.
I mean, like, I can get a mellowed out moment, and that's like since we last aired till now. like I said, I watch wrestling. A lot of these scandals came out about Vince McMahon. He owns the WWE, owned the WWE. So it's mellowed out. They got him out of there. He had some bad scandals pop out against him doing some shady shit. And it's nice to see, because that's a worldwide company. So it's nice to see them quickly get him up out of the scene, get new people up in there that hopefully tonight they're going to get things on the right course.
Nice.
I know, yeah. I figured as much. Hopefully I explained it good enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
hopefully
Lupa,
I explained
it's
it
just
Same
like, you know,
Lupa.
It's basically it's slang term for like to be chill, like, you know,
Chill
don't
out.
overreact, don't
Yeah,
you
relax.
know,
Yeah.
relax. Like sometimes like people get overworked up about like the silliest of things that they really don't
Stop
need
freaking
to be.
out.
Yeah, so just you know, mellow.
I feel like every week or every time we do a mellow out moment, I always seem to pick the same thing, which is just fan bases, like fandoms. Because I feel like they need to hear it every week. They need to hear it every day. I feel like because it's really just really disappointing. You know, like I said earlier, being such a huge Marvel fan, I feel like I don't know when the shift happened where being a fan of something became so toxic. And so I guess so I can generalize and never have to talk about this again. Just all fandoms need to just mellow out. We're here for a good time. It's supposed to be a community. Be more like the horror community, and don't ruin it for everybody. Just mellow out. Enjoy what you get.
The gatekeeping gets rough.
It does.
Yeah.
And if you like, and if you've had enough, like me, with Marvel, I had too much of it. I was seeing too much everywhere, and I kind of just took a step back. You can kind of block things out.
Yeah,
it's hard, but you can. You don't have to ruin other people's good time. You can just take your step back and say, "Nah, I'm gonna walk away from that for a second."
Like Alpha said earlier, when you play a little, if all you do is play horror games, at some point you just got to take a step back. And I feel that. I'm sure Shep does too, because we'll do our little horror movie marathons like in October and December. And I remember after last October, I didn't want to see another horror movie for months. Months after that. We even canceled our 25 Slays in December because I'm like, dude, I can't do this. Like, it just gets to a point where it's just like, I feel especially because I watch like a lot of franchises like back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
And there's a certain level of stupidity in horror movies that I just couldn't handle at a certain point. Like I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I need to watch something intellectual or even
pop on that documentary.
Or wholesome as well. Just like sometimes just being in that dark of a place for that long, like sometimes that's where Disney Plus comes into play.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I'm definitely a Disney child, so I revert to that a lot when I need some comfort.
I just pop right to like A Nightmare Before Christmas though, and I'd still be in the boat, Chase.
That's true. You just find a horror adjacent Disney thing. But I think this applies what Lupa said. A moment in the week where you have a moment of peace. Yes, we don't necessarily have to tell somebody else to mellow out, but something that you feel like maybe you could mellow out on as well. Even if it's your retail customers, they could probably mellow out.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like, I see, like, for me, it's like obviously retail is retail. People are always going to be crappy because, customer's always right. But not. For me, it's more like I'm trying to like word this okay, so that way I'm gonna come off as ageist. I apologize.
There we go. There's Cherry.
And it's only because like where I work, I mainly see two groups of people. I see the boomer generation, that's very upper class white America, that kind of are really mean to my like employees, and then I get like the younger millennials, like just having fun, like having family, and they're coming in, they're super sweet. So there's definitely like a generational meanness, but definitely if you go out to eat, be nice to your food people, because especially here in America, I don't know how it is in the other countries, but a lot of these places are hugely understaffed, underpaid, and they're like filling the slot for like 2 to 3 people, and you're sitting there yelling at them about your fries. Like, it's not that bad. It's a fry. So definitely, if you're gonna go out to eat, go with the mindset that, like, you know, you're there to have a good time and not ruin that waiter's life for your $20 meal. So definitely, I've seen too many people just rain chaos for no reason. So
Facts, big facts. I have too, especially in the food industry. It's like I don't get it. People make mistakes, you know. Things happen. It's not like you got to lose it.
My thought process is always like, when you're at home and like say whoever's cooking, like, are you treating them the same way you're treating that waiter because they forgot your salt, like, on the table? Like, I don't know. It's definitely weird how people will go out and act a certain way, but then at home not treat their own family that way. So it's definitely weird.
Definitely, I agree, 1000%.
Have you figured out your mellow out moments?
Yeah, I think I have. Alpha, I think you're muted.
Yep, Alpha's muted again. But I'm mute Mary.
I think my mic is hunted or something. What the heck? How long have I been muted?
Oh my god.
We haven't heard you this whole time.
Right? For me, my mellow moment, I got a new puppy and I went to the park and people are constantly telling me what to do with my own puppy. And I'm like,
oh no,
I know.
I know how to. I've done this before. I trained a lot of dogs and people always know better. Like, why are you doing that? Or I'm like,
so annoying.
It was the same when I had a kid, when I had a baby. People everywhere were constantly like thinking they know better, and I'm like, let people be, and you don't know where they came from or how they live their lives or whatever.
Get your own baby.
Get your own baby. Get your own puppy.
Yeah.
No, it's funny that you say that, Alpha, because I experienced the same thing. Like, I've had so much advice, and I'm like, it's not your dog.
Yeah, exactly. Get your own.
So.
Yeah.
Or they want to pet him, and I'm like, you can ask if you want to pet him.
Yeah.
Get your hand out of there.
I'm like this close to buying a special vest that says "Do not touch," please.
Yeah.
Like,
I would totally pet your puppy, Alpha.
I will smack your fingers.
Meanie beanie.
Nice.
I guess it's my mellow out moment. I can't think of anything that I can't think of any specific group that I would like to tell to mellow out to. So I'm just gonna tell myself to mellow out and just trust the processes that are happening in the things that I'm working towards, and in streaming, but also not streaming, and just stop being such a control freak, because it's a lot of anxiety for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
when you become your own worst enemy.
Yeah, I'm really good at that.
That's a fantastic. I think I need to do that as well. I need to take that same mellow out moment for myself, because I've definitely been kind of doing that same thing to me as well. So I feel like we've been working on a lot of stuff over here, and it's just like it's all piled up, and I have a very bad tendency to be very hard on myself when we're working on things, and sometimes I do have to go back and revisit things that we'd worked on before, just to kind of show myself, like, hey, look how far you've come, and just to give yourself more credit, and to you're only ever trying to best yourself. So
yep. Hell yeah.
So yeah, I guess if anybody has any closing thoughts or anything you'd like to plug or let people know about, now would be the time to do so.
Since I let them go first and me not do all the talking.
No, go ahead, Jerry. Go ahead.
You go ahead. It's your turn, Jerry. It's your turn.
No, I just want to thank you guys for having us as part of your show. It was definitely fun time. Definitely a great conversation. Definitely we'll look forward to like doing it again sometime in the future if possible.
Yeah.
It's definitely fun.
Hey, thanks.
Um,
Yeah, no, it was great having you guys on.
Yeah, and definitely people should check out their like website and stuff because it is pretty cool. I peeped.
Yeah.
The last time I was on there, gentlemen, your merch store was not working.
Oh,
It was not working. Oh, my
we'll have
goodness.
to look into that. Okay.
You may want to take a little peek because I
Hint, nudge, nudge.
did go over there. But I feel weird about plugging myself, so I'm not going to. I'm really bad
Yeah,
at
I'm not gonna plug myself. Either.
We've had the Twitch names going at the bottom.
Yeah.
that. Okay, that's
We'll
good
do it
enough.
for
That's
you.
good enough.
Yeah.
That's enough.
That's enough. That's perfectly enough.
No, you can find them on Twitch. They've got good streams that you guys have done. Like Chase said, we've checked out your guys' stuff on our own and whatnot, and very good content. So definitely worth a look if you're Chase and Shep or Chase and Shep. I don't know. We don't have nothing.
We don't have a name for these people.
You're campers at Camp Chase and
Our
Shep.
campers, yeah. Our
There you
campers.
go. Yeah,
yeah.
calm
The
campers.
campers,
Yeah,
I like it.
You can go ahead and take a little trip over there and maybe set up a little site. It's nice.
Put a tent down.
yeah.
Maybe that's what we'll call our Discord, the tent.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
it.
There you go.
I
See?
love it.
for the
That's
happy
a brand
campers.
right there.
There you go. Bada boom.
There you go.
Nice. So it
yeah.
begins.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to this, and this is a lot of fun. I'm glad you all got to join us.
It would be
thank
nice
you
if
so
it was
much.
like a monthly or bi-monthly occurrence or something.
I'm definitely down to talk horror movies all the
Yeah.
time. Like,
Yeah, and
Absolutely,
mental health
yeah.
even.
Word.
Yeah,
It's all
mental
we
good.
health would
always
be
we
nice.
always need somebody to fill these guest spots. So I mean, if anybody ever wants to, you just feel free to hit us up and say, "Hey, I want to come on Monday." That goes for you too, Lupa. I know you're out there looking around
Now everyone sings
Oh,
karaoke
yes.
together. Let's go.
right now. Let's go.
Only if you join.
no man.
Lupa can sing. We can all lip sync. I think that would
Yeah.
work out.
Yeah.
I concur.
But yeah, I mean, this has been fantastic. Watching a lot of your streams has become almost a daily thing now. Just, you know, even if it's just for like a few moments, it's always nice to just pop in and say what's up.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, we appreciate it.
And
Even
that's
if you have
kind of
to
how
work, so
that's kind of how Twitch works. You pop into chats and say hello and start talking, and that's how you get to know people and get people over. So
And as I was saying earlier, thanks so much for rating us a couple months back,
You're
because it
welcome.
definitely changed. It changed
it
a
was
lot.
all you guys. You were the first one that were reacting. So
I did actually. I saw that you guys were doing a show prior to the raid, and I had gone to your Twitch and watched the episode and got to the point where you found us, and that was a very surreal moment to watch it all go down. We
I
found it
would
very
die
funny.
if I ever tuned into some streamer looking at my stuff. I'm like, oh my god, I'm talking.
I thought it was hilarious because
right?
I was watching it, and you guys, I heard my voice come over your stream, and one of you said, "What are they talking about?" And I think Alpha was like, "Oh, they're just talking about themselves." and this is like, oh, it's like, you know, you guys were kind of writing us off at first, and then like the whole thing shifted when we said hello back, and then it was like, oh my goodness, and it was just so funny to watch that moment unfold on the other end of things.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Alpha was really excited when she found someone who was actually
that
interacting
finally
with
talks
her.
back.
Yeah, I think she went to like 5 or 6 podcasts, and like some of them like are true podcast formats. Because like I told her, like, you may not find anybody that talks back, like, because usually it's just, you know, 2 people talking to each other, you know, they're not, you know. So
well, you know, we definitely want to, you know, especially like I said earlier, not being a social media person necessarily. With all this other stuff we do, we love doing our scripted content. And we want more people to be able to see these things that we do and get a bigger following for that. And what better way to do that than to just engage our audience and to get to know our audience more. So
absolutely,
it's
especially
been a lot
like
of fun.
now in this day and age, like you definitely need to be very, very out there. Society kind of needs you to be an extrovert now. No more hiding. So.
No more staying inside. You can be outside from the inside now.
Yes. Yeah. I think there's more staying inside, but it's more like social still than even going out. So.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you make a no-budget horror comedy that is just weird as hell sometimes. It
was very funny.
A great platform, yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
Thank you for checking it out. We appreciate that. Yeah. Go grab yourself a Camp Chase and Shep shirt.
Yeah.
Or don't if it's not working.
When we fix it.
Yeah, fix it.
Don't buy a all over print sheesh shirt though, unless you want the novelty of the shirt. It just says Shesh because it cuts off around the corner.
Oh Lord!
So one entire E is missing.
Oh man,
it sucks.
No,
Get them all they last.
You have on. That's nice. I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
They're up on there for sale. I believe the yellow.
Go check them out.
The yellows, yes. Do the full.
I love it.
Yeah, right.
I love the counselor
When
thing.
when we play Friday the 13th.
I know. We should have it. We should all wear it.
Yeah.
Actually, that was a big inspiration for the shirts because
I know.
Yeah.
When we first dropped the trailer, everybody was like, "Oh, I love slashers," and we had to disappoint a lot of people and be like, "It's not a slasher. It's more heavily influenced by Evil Dead." And so the shirts were inspired by the Friday the 13th camper shirts mixed with the Evil Dead, like the cabin and everything.
Love it.
So it's definitely where that inspiration came from. And of course, our fantastic, not even our villain. He's one of the good guys, Mason Snorties. Right. So there's definitely a lot of Friday the 13th inspiration there as well.
Nice.
But I love it. I feel like we've learned so much today. Thank you all for
thank you guys for coming here.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting us.
We'll never end this. So stuff here. Okay, one more time, thank you guys for joining us, and of course we'll be in touch with all of you. Hopefully we'll have you guys back and we can talk some more another time.
Absolutely.
It's been great.
Thank you guys so much.
Play it out with Shep's little thing he made.
The intro was pretty dope.
Facebook at 6 p.m. on a Monday, so you know what that must mean.
Mondays are for the mind, man. Hey, Mellow Monday, man. It's Chase and Shep. We back. That we're back. Every Monday, 6 p.m. ChaseandShep.com. What? ChaseandShep.com, son. Buy our merch. The page. Like the page. Share the episodes.
Buy it.
I'm not all that good shit.
Get it?
We should have a good show lined up for you tonight. We've got some guests on the stream. So let me